So I don't know which map we're starting on. So it looks like Team BMsquad are going to play with 2 players only, which is quite interesting. Hello, Ravenco. So yeah, quite interesting to see that. Wait, one other player. Quite interesting that Team BMsquad are going to play with 2 players only. I'm not sure if they're going to play 2v3. I guess they could though. Or maybe they've agreed before that on playing 2v2, I'm not sure. We'll see, I guess. We'll see rather soon. So I guess we're going to play this map first. Yeah, most likely playing this map first then. We're going to get a quick look at the deadest. Is anyone in the deadest? No one in the deadest actually. Alright. I guess answer or motion are probably close to the deadly times, maybe in time attack. So going to this match, I guess we have a sort of favorite team. I would say from this that BMsquad is probably a favorite team over Revival, because Revival is pretty much made of United players. They're not very used to playing Stadium. I mean, they play Stadium, but not as much as the Team BMsquad players. So we should see a favorite in this match. I guess maybe as Loza said, could maybe make a difference. But who knows? Maybe Team Revival can make something out. Maybe Team Revival can make something happen. We'll see during the match, I guess. As we are on to this last warm-up before going on this map, TMT Gilas by Le Coquinu with a world record equal done by Shark and Dev. Can you put names on play? Oh yeah, sure, my bad. Alright. So the world record on this map is 45.77, and I would say that maybe a good consistent time on this map, like maybe for top players, would be like, I don't know, something like 46.1, 46.0, something like that. And the GLHF are being thrown, and we are ready to go live on this match. Hello, Hove. And so we'll be 2v2, will be for Team BMsquad Motion and Atso against Tibo and Sick for Team Revival Blue. As we go on the first round of this style match, and Atso making a mistake, already dropping off, letting Motion alone. Motion will have to get the first place on this round if he wants to take the draw. As Zig takes a very bad line here. Motion coming back into the first place. Tibo and Zig are falling up a bit behind. Motion taking up the lead here. Hatzo is very far behind, so he will be hard for him to maybe secure the point. Oh, and Zig and Tibo makes a mistake at the same place, and that allows Motion to take a huge lead maybe. Oh wait, but Motion takes a little bit wonky line. Motion remains in the lead with a comfortable lead. As is catching up a little bit, but won't be enough probably. Will be most likely a draw for this first round as Tibo almost crashes into the wall. And the first round will be a draw. Of course, this is supposed to be a 3v3, but as this is a 2v2, we might see a lot of draws. So we're going into the second round. Maybe Atto won't make a mistake this time. Atto securing the start, and he won't make a mistake this time. This time just going up into the lead. Sick and Tibo behind him, a very stacked pack. As no player makes mistakes, we see Atto still in the lead. Motion coming just behind him. For the moment, BMsquad are securing the first 2 spots, and this configuration will allow them to take the points. Zig and Tibo a lot behind. Oh, Atto making a mistake and leaving alone Motion in the first place again, falling up behind Zig and Tibo. Motion now in the lead. Tibo makes a little mistake. Maybe that's allows to. Oh, and Atso makes a terrible mistake and catches the pole. And Zig and Tibo are just safe in it, and Motion in the first place again. This will be again a draw as Motion makes a rather good time. Says PB, 0.26, decent time. But Atso with a mistake again. Sadly, this will be also a draw. So far, Motion is pretty much carrying Adse, but Adse keeps doing mistakes, sadly. Oh, and I think we have Motion who made a mistake in the start. Yeah, Motion make a mistake in the start, and this time Adse will need to save the first place if he wants to get a draw again. Adse for the moment still remains in the lead. Thibaut and Zig just fighting on between themselves. Adse remaining in the lead. He will have to this time be on Motion's ass, because in the 2 last rounds he's done the job for him. And this for the moment Adse managing to keep this first place in front of the 2 Revival players, with Motion actually overtook Thibaut, who made a little mistake, I think. And this will be the first point from Team BM. Team BM gets the first point into this 2v2. After a little mistake from Thibaut from Team Revival, I think. So the first point has been secured for Team BMsquad, and as we go into this 4th round, can every player survive the start? They do actually survive the start. A very close pack right now. Oh, very wide line from Zik and Adse, but they keep just in the pack. Zik emerging into the first place. Won't be that long as Adse comes back behind him. Thibaut and Motion just fighting out. Motion with a little bump. That won't be too crucial though, as Adse remains in the lead. Oh, Zik who's losing a little time here, but catches back with a good exit. For the moment, it's a draw with this configuration. Motion risking it a little bit in the last corner, won't be paying off though, as Zig, oh, and Thibaut getting first in the second corner, but he will get passed by Adse, and we have a draw again. As we get a decent round in terms of times, and also very close. Only 14 thousandths between all 4 players. And as we go into this 5th round, only 1 point in 4 rounds. That's the cruelty of 2v2, I guess. As we see every player is getting a decent size. Zig touches the wall, and Thibaut will have to make the difference now, as Adse and Motion are emerging in the lead, and that's pretty much a round which is over, I guess. BMsquad emerging in the lead with the 2 first places. That 2 Revival players crashed. This will probably be an easy point for the Team BMsquad, as Motion takes a bit of a wonky line and clips the Rammstein. He has plenty much of time to save though, so it's fine. The Revival players are a lot behind. Yeah, definitely. A lot of room to save. Adse will come in the lead. And there was a time of 46.37. It's a safe round, so the time doesn't really matter. And this will be the 2nd point for Team BMsquad. Revival Blue starting to lose a little bit of ground to BMsquad. They will have to get in the match a little bit. Otherwise, maybe BMsquad will be able to take the momentum. Every player is go for the start easily. Adse emerging with a little lead again in the early round. I think Motion is a little bit behind. I think Motion made a mistake actually. Never mind, he didn't. Motion falling a bit behind. Oh, and Zig goes very close to the wall and actually clips the wall afterwards. On Thibaut making a mistake as well. This is looking like an easy round from Team BMsquad again, as Adse is very far in the lead and Motion should be able to save this. Yeah, Thibaut is very far behind. The only threat could be Zig, but Zig can't really catch up to Adse and secure the draw, so this will be most likely another point from Team BMsquad. Adse coming up in the last corner, saving it easily. The time of 46.52, which is much more than enough to get this round. And this is the 3rd point for Team BMsquad. Seeing a lot of mistakes in the early round actually, from Team Revival Blue actually. They're kind of struggling with the early start and mid-map actually, looks like. As we get into, I think, the 6th round of this match, and Adse with a very inside line at the start can catch up on an early lead actually. Oh, and Zig with a good line in this corner can come back a little bit on Adse. Another very good corner from Zig here, was catching up a little bit on Adse. Behind we have Motion fighting out with Thibaut. Oh, and Motion with a much more inside line. Won't come out with much exit speed. for the Mem, and we have a draw as Answer is still in the lead. Tibo and Zik fighting out a little bit. They can't really catch up to Answer, which is now taking a comfortable lead. Motion will have to make the difference in the end, but I think it will be quite complicated for him, as this will probably most likely be a draw, and this will be another draw. I think the 5th draw in this match. So starting to make a lot, but this is how 2v2 works. As we get into this new round. So far 3-0 from Team BMsquad. The favorites emerging in the lead, no real surprise here. Once again, a very close pack in the start, but the mistakes might come later in the round as Atze and Zik falls a little bit behind, but still remains in the pack. This was a very close round so far. Oh, and Atze making a little mistake. Motion will have to go for the first place here if he wants to secure the draw for his team. Tibo, though, is in a pretty good position. Motion manages to overtake Zik. He will have to take back on Tibo now, but Tibo looks to be in a pretty comfortable position. Into the last corner, he will save a bit, and this will be much more than enough. 0.27 for Tibo. This is a rather decent time, actually. So, Revival Blue managing to get the first points, so this is not too late. The match goes till 7 points, so we'll have still a lot of time to go. A lot of points to be given. Tibo just losing a bit of time on the start, but will catch back with more speed. Motion and Adze and Zik finding out, and Motion clipping the wall. And Adze as well clipping the wall. This is not looking good for Team BMsquad, as Revival Blue are now taking the two top first spots. And Zik and Tibo have now a pretty comfortable gap, I guess. And Motion clipping the wall again. This is most likely a round for Revival Blue. So actually a much closer match than expected, maybe. Zik and Tibo have a pretty comfortable gap to build over. Adze can't really catch up, only if the two players make a mistake, but Adze will also make a mistake. And this wall, Zik actually clipped the wall. And oh, this is a draw! Holy shit! Zik actually clipped the wall in the end, and this allows Motion and Adze to overtake him. Oh my god. This was a little 3-point for Revival Blue, but unfortunately Zik clipped the wall in the end, and this allows a draw. What should have been a point for Team Revival Blue is actually a draw. That must be pretty frustrating for Revival Blue. Let's see if they can climb back after this complicated point, I guess. Oh, but Tibo makes a mistake this time, and Zik is the only one to provide a fight. Where is Motion? The Motion overtakes Zik as Zik makes a mistake, and this should be a pretty easy round for BMsquad after the last round, which did put them in a quite tough position. Yeah, and we should have a quite easy round for Team BMsquad here, as we're coming up to the last corners of the map. And this will be an easy round for Team BMsquad, as Motion even is allowed to save in the last corner. Adze with a time of 46.25, a decent time. I think the fastest time we've seen this match, actually. So this is promising. Get a little bit quicker. 4-1 for Team BMsquad. Only 3 more rounds for them, and they will win this first map. But we don't really care, as it's calculated in terms of points. Going into this new round, Motion falling with behind. Adze though emerges in the lead. It's a pretty close pack. Motion made up the time he lost a little bit in the start. Motion with a lot of airtime, and Tibo went crash into the wall. And this allows Adze, but Adze makes a mistake as well and allows Zik to go in the lead. Motion and Adze will have to keep these two places, second and third, if they want to secure the draw, as Zik looks to be kinda uncatchable right now. He has a comfortable gap to build with. And Zik will look to be saving the first place here for Team Revival Blue with a time of 46.67. He didn't need more, so it's all good. As we see another draw on this match, we're just going to have countless draws into this match, I guess. I mean, since it's a 2v2, no real surprise there. As we get into this next round of the match, Adze was a little bit of a wonky start. Motion though emerges a little bit with a little bit in the lead. Or with Motion, he's forced to go to the outside on the pull here with a rather bad line. Revival Blue, T-Bow and Zik going up in the lead. Motion crashes into the wall. Zik and T-Bow are now into the 2 first places. This is a good configuration for Team Revival. If they can keep 1 and 3rd, at least 1st and 3rd, they will have the points. Zik and T-Bow. T-Bow falling up behind. After a little mistake, adds a kind of into 2nd place, but it is not enough yet to secure the draw. Zik is staying up into the 1st place, and Zik, if Zik doesn't make any mistake this time, he will be able to get the point for his teammate with a time of 46.24. I think the fastest time we've seen on this match so far. A quite decent time, not so far off the world record, I guess. But this is the 2nd point for Revival Blue after a few tough rounds before. I guess this can give them a good momentum for the next rounds. We'll see. And in this new round, Adzer coming off in the lead for the early round. T-Bow is there, in motion just behind, trying to punish him. So far, no mistakes from any players. Adzer though emerging with a little lead. Motion has to slow down a little bit to not take the wall. Zik and T-Bow just waiting for Ad's mistake. Can they punish him? Zik with a good outside line, getting a lot of speed. Adzer though remains in the lead. T-Bow and Zik. Can Zik make the difference on these last corners? And looks like he won't be able to, as Adzer looks to be on a pretty good run. And this is a 46.26 for Adzer. Again, a decent time. Not very fast, but he didn't need more. As we see another draw, starting to make a lot of draws into this match. As we get on this new round. Oh, Adzer with a little bump on the inside. Zik and T-Bow going kind of on the outside, but getting more speed. I think Zik had to release here. Adzer in motion, emerging to the 2 first places. Oh, in motion with a little clip on the inside, I think. Adzer, that was a pretty comfortable lead. But again, Zik and T-Bow are into the 2nd and 3rd places, and this is what they need to secure the draw, as Motion is a lot behind. And since they can't really catch up to Adzer right now, I guess this is going to be another draw if Adzer doesn't make any mistake. Oh, but T-Bow is catching up to Adzer, but T-Bow would get a lot of time. Actually crash into the wall as well. Can Motion catch up? No, he can't. So yeah, we're just saying a pretty weird configuration right now, as every time there's a player for a team in the lead and the other crashes. So pretty weird. But what a sweaty gameplay indeed. Come on, we want to see another point. Otherwise we're just going to be here for 2 hours. Adzer in motion again. With a good lead in the start over T-Bow and Zik. T-Bow with a much safer line, but gains a good amount of speed and emerges into the 2nd place. Zik coming up on the inside with much more speed though, but he won't be able to take it for the next corners. Motion makes a little mistake, I think, and Zik is allowed to pass again. We have a fight between Adzer and T-Bow at the top of the track. And T-Bow emerges in the lead actually with a few better corners. Let's see who can make the difference into the last corners. T-Bow with much more speed into this corner. Adzer will have to risk it, otherwise it's probably going to be a point for Revival Blue. T-Bow with a time of 46.13, which is the best time of the match we've seen so far, and that's actually a pretty good time for T-Bow. So we're seeing the players going a little bit quicker, and this is a point for Revival Blue. Their 3rd point to the match, and actually the match is pretty much close. It's pretty close so far. Oh, and Adzer going for a risky line in the start. It will pay off though, as he emerges into the lead. A good lead. T-Bow is Zik in motion into the back, but T-Bow catches up to Adzer. Zik has wool. We have a close pack right now. Motion is dropping off a little bit. Adzer and Zik battling out for 1st place. Into this corner. Zik touches the wall. And T-Bow is now in 2nd place and Motion in 3rd, so far we're looking at a BMsquad points, as Zik is pretty much off the pace. Yeah, Zik is a bit behind, not sure he will be able to catch up though. Motion, he is able to catch up on Motion though, which because he didn't have that much of a quick line. Oh, but Motion comes back in the last bubble. Damn. And this is this is the point for Team BMsquad, which was actually close in the end between Motion and Zik. Quite surprisingly. 5-3 for Team BMsquad so far. A pretty close match actually, that which I didn't really expect, but it's cool. Zik, which I have to release here a little bit. That's in Motion emerging in the lead. Tibo had to slow down a little bit to not take the wall. Tibo coming off though. Will overtake Motion, will make a mistake. Zik just behind Atze. Can he make the difference? Can he get that good finish again? Zik will clip the wall, and Tibo is now the only one who will be able to catch up Atze. And Tibo gets a landing block actually, that's quite unfortunate. But that won't really matter as Motion is too far away, and this will be another draw as we used to them now. It's probably like the 11th drawing we've seen in this match actually. Still 5-3 for Team BMsquad as they're getting a little bit more consistent. Not making that many mistakes. We'll see. We tend to see a little bit more mistakes on the side of Motion though. Oh, but Motion adds its touches at the start, and Motion makes an even bigger mistake. And this is literally a free round for Team Revival Blue, as Tibo and Zik are now have a freeway. But oh, Zik clips the border, almost dies. And now this is a very comfortable round for Team Revival Blue. They have a lot of space to build with, a lot of gap to build with. Atze is the only one who can fight with them, but like he's maybe 1 second behind them. So this is a free round for Team Revival Blue. They should be able to take this round quite easily. As we coming up to the last corner, Zig's made a little mistake, but this is not very important if Atze takes second place or not. And this will be a round for Team Revival Blue. We've seen a very tough mistakes in the start. Both of the players crashing into the wall in Motion, making an even bigger mistake, and that was crucial. They've just gave the round at the beginning after 5 seconds. This time both of the BMsquad players manages to go through the start. Revival Blue trying to give a fight to Atze. Motion dropped off a little bit again, and Motion doesn't look to be very comfortable so far in this match, making a lot of mistakes as Atze is getting more and more consistent. Second Tibo fighting up with Atze. Atze, can he take the lead to secure the draw for his team? Zik and Tibo taking the first and the second place. Motion is a little bit behind Atze as well. Team BMsquad will have to risk the end if they want to get this point or secure the draw at least. This is not looking good for them. This is looking like a point for Revival Blue, and it will be a point for Revival Blue. 5-4 for Revival Blue. Revival Blue catching up with a great round actually. 36.42, 36-35, pretty close. The match is getting tougher and tougher. 5-5 for both of the teams actually. Atze emerging in the lead in the early round again. He's very good on this side actually. We'll see him over in the lead. Tibo a little bit behind Atze. Motion was a bad line. That will allow Zik to take the third place. Tibo and Atze battling out for first. Tibo emerging in the lead with more speed. This tricky corner to the right, which is quite buggy, and Tibo will allow to escape from the bug. Tibo now in first place, Zik into the third place as well. This is looking good for Team Revival Blue again. Can they take the lead into this match, putting the pressure over BMsquad? Tibo makes a mistake, and Atze will go in the lead. And can Motion overtake Tibo? Yes, he can. And this will be a point for Team BMsquad. What looks to be a point for Team Revival Blue is actually a point for Team BMsquad, and Team BMsquad now takes the lead into this match with the last point. They only have to score one more point to get the win. And I'm not sure if this tennis actually. I'm not sure. Should ask after. Tibo and Atze finally out in the start. Tibo, which got a little bump here, I think. Slowing down a little bit. Motion with a weird line, and he will have to slow down, and this is looking like a draw for Revival Blue right now. Atze still in the lead as usual. He's the master of this match. He is the one who has the commands. Revival Blue still into the second and the third place. Oh, Zig almost clipping the one. That could have been decisive. Motion way behind. There's probably no way he catches up to Zig and Tebow. Adds in the lead again. Tebow risking it out a little bit here. Almost flying over the bubble. The bubble. And the players getting kind of sleepy. Tebow getting a little bit annoyed from this match. I can understand. 6-5 for Team BMsquad. Can Team BMsquad close it all and take the first map? Although the maps isn't really important as we but both Team BMsquad players make a mistake, and this will allow Revival to get a 6th point. Let's not speak too soon. Maybe they can make a mistake again, as we've seen into the previous round though. Oh, but Atsu retiring, and this will be Emotion retiring as well. And this will be probably a point for Team Revival Blue. I mean, not probably, for sure. Zik and Tibo are allowed to save. They can sleep easily. This is an easy point for them. As a little bit BM of Tibo in the end, going backwards. Just to put a little bit more pressure on Team BMsquad. Team BMsquad getting BM'd. And we're going to say good luck to both teams for this last point. Who will take it home? A 7-6 score, actually much closer than I expected. Oh, but Atsu making this mistake in the start, and this will allow Revival Blue to get a good configuration so far into this early round. Sick and Tebow securing the first and the second place so far. Motion is the only one that can provide a fight. Ken Tebow keeps his first place. Zig coming back strongly as well with a lot of speed. Motion to the first place into this tricky corner. The next one also pretty tricky with Rammstein on the inside. Not going for it, and they are right. Zig touches the wall though, and Atsa and Motion coming back in the second and third place, my bad. So this is looking to be like another draw, but Atsa clips the wall again. Can Zig come back? He can't come back. And this is another draw after what looked to be a free round for Revival Blue again. We've seen Revival Blue choking so much this match. They had so many good attempts to score points and they can't really put it all together. That's very sad actually. Alright, so we're going out for another round, very close to the inside on the start. Adster merging into the lead again, but with a very close pack. We see all the time Tebow and Adster on the start, going to the first places. Oh, Sick with a little bump on the outside, but he survives. So far, we have a draw configuration again. Adster, but Adster taking a little bump, and I think Tebow made a mistake as well. Motion taking the first place with Tebow just behind him, and Zick taking the first place. This will be a fight against Zik and Atsa, I guess, for the draw either or the point for Team BMsquad. Oh, but Motion in the end comes back, and Tebow taking the first place, and this will be a point for Revival Blue. Revival Blue takes the first map, but this is not very important. This is not very important as we are counting in terms of points, and so we've seen a pretty good performance actually from Revival Blue. Didn't think they would put that much of a fight. And hello Dab, hello TCC cast, I guess it's PAX, I guess, something like that. And yeah, I might lose my voice today, since I have another match afterwards, Loso. I mean, it'll be fine, it's fun. So, let's see if Team Revival Blue can put that much of a fight again on this map. We're now going to go on TMM Destruction TC13 by someone that I don't know. I won't pronounce this login because it's way too complicated. We're just going to look at the deadies real quick if we have any players. So looks like we don't have any players apart from Atse at Daddy 25 with a 37.03, which had a dead French enthusiasm, and there's something like a dead camel casting. That's in the veins, you know. So the word record on this map is a 36.86 by Narcor for Team. What is this team? I don't know. I think it's 3 guys and a half men. I think. I'm not sure. Why am I playing again? Get me out of there, please. I'm not playing this. Thank you. So, we won't have any lineup switch for Team BMsquad, probably, because there's only Atze and Motion. We might see a lineup switch for Team Revival Blue, though, as we see Zepset is warming up. Yeah, and Zik is coming off, so we'll probably have a lineup change here. So, this map is not that complicated, but we have a very tricky hand, to not say bad hand, as we're going to respect a little bit the mapper, probably. Coming up to this end, we'll be able to see how the end looks. And you see that we have to pre-drift on the blue side of the map. So this will be quite interesting to watch, not that fun to play for the players. And the GLHF are being thrown. And we are going to go live into this match. For Team BMsquad we have Motion and Atze, and for Team Revival Blue we will have again T-Bow and Zepset, this time replacing Zik. T-Bow, it's TT I guess. Coming off into the start of this map, it's very easy to make some mistakes. Coming up into this down to the left-hander, quite complicated. Motion makes a mistake already. Atze emerging in the lead. Maybe we'll be able to see something similar than in the first match. TMT jealous. Zapstats in the second place. T-Bow just behind him. Can it catch up on Atze? With the little drop, a quite complicated drift to the right actually, which is pretty important for the speed afterwards. Oh, and T-Bow and Zapset looks like they won't be able to catch up on Atze, only if he makes a mistake or Ninga gets a bug. And Atze with a time of 37.13, which is a quite decent time actually. It's a pretty good time. A pretty good time for Atze, even though he didn't need that much of a quick time. As we see a draw into this first round. Yeah, this is a 2v2 as well, because Team BMsquad doesn't have enough players. Going up into this new round, a pretty close pack. Once again, Motion making the first mistake again. Desta is leaving Atze alone in the lead. T-Bow and Zapset once again behind Atze, but Atze is getting fighted by T-Bow this time. Atze though with a much more inside line, getting a lot of more speed. Oh, and T-Bow so close to the wall here. Atze on the inside, won't have that much of a speed, but this will be probably a draw again, as we see Atze with a time of 37.18. Another good time. Another good time. T-Bow and Zepset just doing what is necessary to get the draw. Motion there will have to speed up a little bit, stop crashing if he wants to maybe help his teammate a little bit. We're going to spectate Motion to this early round. Oh, but a very wide line for, I think, T-Bow. Yeah, it was T-Bow. And this time Motion remains the pack. Oh, but Motion, I think, clipping the wall here. I'm not sure what it done, but this is looking like another draw again. Atze in the lead. Zapset and T-Bow just behind him, though. T-Bow is fighting with Atze. T-Bow, can he make the difference and take the first place? Can he challenge Atze into the last corner? We will see. We're coming to the left-hander, and Atze with a much better hand than T-Bow. This will be another draw. So far we had 3 rounds and 3 draws. So this is looking to be another very, very long match, I guess. Another very long match coming up. So far Atze is doing his job, but Motions can't really complete the job. He's struggling a little bit. Oh, but Motion with another sad mistake in the start. Atze emerging into the lead again. He will have to make the difference if he wants to secure the draw. T-Bow allowing to get a little bit of a fight with Atze. Where is Zapset? Zapset just remaining into the first place. Definitely as Motion is a lot of behind. Atze still into the lead. He has the hander on this last corner. T-Bow just behind him. He will wait for the mistake. Oh, but Atze going for a very risky line to this corner. This will pay off though. And so far 4 rounds and 4 draws. I don't think you're making it to second match of this phase. Probably not. Probably not. Atze very consistent. Atze is doing a very good match so far, but Motions can't really put that together. We're going to spectate Motion again. Can he make the difference? Can he get this at least third place to maybe able Atze who's finished first all the time? Zapsat and T-Bow dropping up all with motion with another deadly mistake. And they were seeing the same configuration again. Zapsat and T-Bow into the second and the third place, and Atze into the first place. This match is taking on forever. This is crazy. Atze still into the lead. Zapsat and T-Bow won't be able to catch up. This is looking to be another draw. If Atze don't make any mistakes in the end, this will be another draw as Motion make another crucial mistake. So far, this is pretty much a sleeper as Losa puts us a little bit a budge into the chat. On to this 6th round. So far, 5 draws. Can Motion finally get a good run? Can Motion get it back into the match a little bit? So far, Zapsat is falling off a little bit behind Motion. No mistake this time. And Atze fighting a little bit with T-Bow. T-Bow taking the lead, actually, quite surprisingly. Atze with a much more inside line. T-Bow won't have to be able to get as much more speed, and we're going to see what's happening behind Motion to the 3rd place actually, but Zapsat I think has more speed. Zapsat coming off on Motion for the last corner, and Zapsat will have more speed than Motion, and this will be another draw for the 6th time in a row as Motion didn't get as much speed as Zapsat to the last corner. And Atze still being consistent. Atze still getting it after so many rounds, 6 rounds, and he's still getting it. No mistake. Pretty impressive performance from Atze so far. Putting up good times all the time actually as well. Motion dropping off and making another mistake. This is leaving Atze in the lead again, alone with the 2 rival blue players behind him. And now this is crucial. This is getting very crucial for a team BMsquad, as we don't know how long can Atze take on this more. Can he take more? Can he take more of this? Can he take more of this? How long will he do such good rounds for? In 37:08, this is a very good time by Atze. A very good time, but this won't be enough to take the point as can Motion even finish? Can Motion even finish the round? Oh my god, it was so close to not finish, and that could have been the first point for team Revival Blue, but it's not. We're still having 0-0 after 7 or 8 rounds, I'm not sure. Atze's back is hurting for sure, and Motion complaining the muscular in his room. That's not helping for sure. We're going to spectate Motion this time. Motion is probably the most crucial player of this match. Can he make the difference this time? Motion not crashing. I think T-Bow just falling a bit apart, and this is looking to be a good round actually for BMsquad. Can BMsquad finally take the first point on the board? Yeah, I should be able to make it in time for the other match, don't worry. And Motion and Atze finally, I guess, we're not just praying, but they're getting the first round on the board after 8 rounds. And this is going to be the first point for BMsquad after so many rounds. This is going to be tough for Revival Blue on the mental side. But only 1-0. Only 1-0. Everything can happen. Spectating Motion again to the beginning of the round. A pretty close pack so far. Revival Blue and BMsquad fighting it out. Motion emerging to the last place, but he didn't crash, so he'll still have an opportunity to catch up. Although he falls a bit behind here after a bad line to the previous corner. Not a bad corner actually for him, but T-Bow emerging in the lead against Atze. We're just going to watch this from Zapsat's perspective. Atze and T-Bow, this is very close into the end. But Atze bugging off on the line on the transition, and this will be a point for Revival Blue with a time of 37.18 for ref T-Bow. A good time again. Unlucky bump for Atze, sadly. And after so many draws, we're seeing finally 1-1 into this match. Going with Atze on this, I don't know how many rounds it is, but a lot actually. Oh, Motion almost dying here. Clipping off the edge. That was very close for ref T-Bow as well on the inside. Atze and Motion emerging to the 2 first places. This is a good round for Motion. He needs this. He needs this after so many complicated rounds. He needs this. Revival Blue falling a bit behind. Although they're pretty close. This is getting pretty close. They will have to make a good end, but T-Bug touching the wall, and this is looking to be another point for Team BMsquad. Can Adza get it? He can get it, and Motion getting the third place as well. This will be another round for Team BMsquad. 2-1 for Team BMsquad. Maybe BMsquad can take the lead and maybe get in front of their opponents. As so far for Team Revival Blue as well, we've seen that T-Bo is pretty much the upper hand of the team, as Zepset is pretty much the one who's saving most of the time. A very packed start once again, but a very tricky corner to the left with a kind of attacked exit. Adsa making the first mistake. This is very rare. Adsa making a mistake this match. This is not something we've seen a lot. And Zepset and T-Bo emerging to the lead now. Can they get the second point on the board? So far it's looking good, as Motion can't really catch up to the both ref players. And this is looking like a solid configuration for Team Revival Blue if they don't get any bug, and this will be a point for Team Revival Blue with decent times. They didn't need more. He's going to have to look through every single round to calculate player ranking. Good luck. Good luck. 15 minutes should be enough, I hope, to get over with this match. It should be. All good. Adsa, Zepset and T-Bo Motion. Who's going to take home the lead? Who's going to take home this match? We had a score of 7-6 on the first map for Revival Blue. So far, Revival Blue into this round, going pretty much in the lead. T-Bo takes the lead, and Adsa makes another mistake, but Zepset gets a landing bug, and Motion catches up to second place. Adsa in third, and this is looking to be another draw. After so long, we didn't have any draw, and now we're back to draws. Back to draws. This is crazy. We're back to draws after what we thought was a thing which was over. This is not over. We keep going on draws. 2-2 in this second map. TMM Destruction TC13. So far into this round we're seeing 2 battles, but Motion making a mistake. Cruel mistake for Motion, and T-Bo will have to take the first place here. Try to overtake Adsa if he wants to get something else than a draw, as Zepset is stuck into the third place. Motion a little bit far behind. Adsa still remaining to the first place. T-Bo just behind in second place with a good line, with a good exit bit on here, but Adsa gets more speed into this final corner. There won't be any bugs for Adsa, and he will get the first place, as T-Bo also got a bug in the end, I think, which allowed Zepset to get up to second place. Another draw. 2-2. Must be very frustrating for Adsa, but he has to keep with his teammate. Try to motivate him, I guess. Motion falling a bit behind again in the early round. Motion getting a bump. He's making mistakes and he's not lucky as well. That's cruel for Motion. Adsa fighting it out a little bit. T-Bo, Zepset is behind as well. Zepset having to release a little bit to avoid the crash. T-Bo in the lead. T-Bo into the first place, gathering more speed on the outside. Ooh, that was very close to the wall for T-Bo. And can he take the first place? Maybe. Oh, but Adsa was a much better hand and will get the round. This will be another draw. Another draw, as we have only 13 minutes till the next match. 30 minutes till the next match. 2-2 right now. Revival Blue against BMsquad. First map was, we recall you, 7-6 for Team Revival Blue. A very close matchup here, actually. I didn't expect the match to be so close. So far, no one crashing into this round. Although the upper hand is to Team BMsquad right now, but never mind, they didn't say anything. Sorry, Pax, for your message being deleted. I didn't configure Nightbot. I don't know what you said, but it was pretty very interesting, I guess. And so far, this is a round for BMsquad, but Adsa getting the bump in the end. This is a round for Revival Blue. Holy fuck, what did just happen to this end? The order just completely scrambled. Oh my god, and this is a point. What looked to be a point for BMsquad is actually a point for Team Revival Blue. Revival Blue taking the lead into this sub-match. Oh my god. There's no way. BMsquad motion clipping, but not losing that much of speed, though he will be a bit behind. Oh, but T-Bo making the mistake in motion, getting the bump, and Atsu touching the walls. What this will allow Zepset to go in the lead. So many mistakes in such a less amount of time. And Zepset right now is in the lead, but we have to look who's behind him. Motion in second place, T-Bo into the third place, and Atsu into the fourth place. This is looking right now to be a round for Team Revival Blue. Oh, but T-Bo making a mistake. This, what looked to be another round for Revival Blue, is actually going to be a draw. Another draw. Oh, this is getting sad. What could have been the fourth point for Team Revival Blue is going to be actually a draw. With a mistake from T-Bo here, sadly. Following Atsu on this new round. I just stopped counting the amount of rounds. Oh, 16, never mind. I can see bottom left. Atsu, the big man of this match. The man who has power into this match. Second on the lead again. Where is Motion? Motion is into the last place again. Something that sadly we're seeing quite usually. T-Bo and Zepset can't really provide a fight to Atsu, though T-Bo trying to go for a much more inside line. This won't pay off though. Zepset in second place, T-Bo into third place. Atsu was not so good of an end, but 37.04. This is a very good time for Atsu. This is very close to his PB, as you can see. 37.03 into the Daddy. This is very close to his PB. Atsu just getting Motion into his back here. I'm sorry to say this, but this is true actually. Come on, really have to admit it, I guess. Oh, Atsu getting a little bit, but I think Motion made a mistake once again, and this is terrible. Oh, but T-Bo and Zepset allowing to provide a little bit of fight to Atsu. T-Bo taking the lead. Oh, but T-Bo was a bad line on the outside. He will fall off the track. Maybe Motion can catch up. Motion to the third place. So can this be another point for Team BMsquad? I think this will be a point for Team BMsquad if Atsu just keeps the lead, and this will be a point for BMsquad. As T-Bo just fell off the track, sadly. After, oof, what a bug from T-Bo. This doesn't really matter though. 3-3. Finally another point on the board. We still have though 4 more points to fight for. 4 more points to fight for. After 18 rounds, the match is only 3-3. This is sure enough pretty much how close of a matchup we have here. T-Bo, ooh, that was very risky line by T-Bo. Zepset touching the wall, and so far this is looking good for BMsquad if there's no mistake made. T-Bo looks like he's not very able to catch up to Atsu. He's still getting catched up by Motion. Atsu almost falling off the track here again. That's very close. Motion to the third place. He just have to save, and this will be another round for BMsquad. Zepset is just way too far behind. T-Bo will risk, but this won't pay off and even falls off, touches the finish. And this will be another round for Team BMsquad as they trust the 2 first places. th round on the match, and we're finally seeing a team taking the upper hand, which is Team BMsquad, the favorites of this match. Atsu in the lead again as usual. I think Motion dropped off a little bit, but didn't touch the wall, so far so good. Zepset and T-Bo second and first place, a much usual setup. We're used to the setup. Atsu still in first place. Can Motion catch up to the pack? Yes, he can. Motion, though, with a bad line here. This will allow Zepset to go back. Atsu will probably take the first place again. And T-Bo touched the wall in the end, but that won't matter a lot. And we're seeing another draw. We're back to draws, my friends. Back to draws. Only 7 minutes still in the next match. I guess I will be a little bit late for the next match, but that's fine. Should be fine. Oh, my bad. Had to look up something real quick. 21st round in this match. T-Bo clipping the edge, but surviving. T-Bo with good speed on the outside. On the outside, my bad. Motion dropping off the little pack a little bit again, but T-Bo touching the wall, and Motion is being able to overtake him. Motion into the first place. Zepset is providing a fight to Atsu. But Atsu going for a risky line, it will flip off, and Zapset getting a bang as well. Motion emerging into the first place maybe, but Tebow coming back from nowhere. Tebow is get back into the lead from nowhere, and this is looking to be a point for Team Revival Blue. After such a chaotic round, Atsu making a mistake, Zapset making a one as well. And this is a point for Revival Blue. As we're now seeing 4-4 into this match. A very close matchup so far. Atsu almost dying here on the other side. Tebow though taking a good line, but Motion was a bad line here. Will get to last place. Tebow and Zapset into the first and the second place. Can they get another point on the board? This is looking good so far. Tebow with a comfortable lead, but Tebow climbing off a little bit, falling off a little back. And I think Zapset touched the wall. Zapset touched the wall, and this is looking to be another draw. This will be another draw as we're getting used to them. But never mind, Motion clips the finish, and this is allowing Zapset to come back. Zapset actually taking the round for Team Revival Blue, and this is 5-4. 5-4, and Revival Blue taking the upper hand again. So many switches back. We see BMsquad in the lead, and afterwards Revival Blue in the lead. Spectating Motion on the beginning of the round. Revival Blue. Tebow, can he make the difference? But Tebow crashes into the wall, and this is allowing probably BMsquad to take another good point. BMsquad Atsu going to the lead. Zapset just behind him. Can he provide a little fight to maybe give the draw to his team? Zapset and Atsu fighting it out. This is a very close fight. Zapset entering with much more speed, but Atsu with a better exit. This is still very close. The last corner will be played. Oh, but Zapset clipping the wall, and this will allow BMsquad to take another point. 5-5, a very, very close matchup. Everything can happen, anyone can win this sub-match. But since it's counted in points, we had 7-6 for Revival Blue in the first match. If Revival Blue wins this match, I guess if Revival Blue gets one more point, they will have already the draw. So, I guess if the draw is something a golden point, I don't know. I'm not sure, I didn't read the rules, sorry. As we go into this next round, Atsu into the lead again, something very usual. I think Motion didn't crash this time, and this is looking good for BMsquad. This is looking good, but Motion falling back a little bit. Tebow into the third place, Zapset into the second place. Atsu will have to release a little bit. Atsu will be actually falling off the map almost. He will be close to not dying, but somewhat dies actually. He will be back to the last place, and now this is looking to be a round for Revival Blue. One more round for Revival Blue. One more round, and they can take this match home. They can take this match home if they take the last round. That must be terrible for him here after such a mistake. Kinda giving the point. Oh, but Atsu making a mistake in the early round. The pressure of the match is kicking in after so many rounds. 24 rounds. After 24 rounds, Atsu is starting to shamble under the pressure. Motion does this time comes back in the lead to take back on the Atsu. Tebow into the second place. Can he give fight with Motion for the win for his team? So far, we're looking at a draw since Zapset into the third place. Tebow though taking the lead with a better exit, and can Motion come back? No, Zapset will even catch up to second, and this will be the match point for Tebow and Zapset, and Revival Blue will take this match home. After such a close match, this was a very good match to watch. After so many draws, and so we have all winner Revival Blue, Tebow and Zapset taking home the map for their team.